welcome to PASC26. This is the highlights from the mini symposia. I'm here with the organizer of the mini symposium, Performance Through Co-Design Towards Trustworthy, Reproducible and Scalable Exascale Workflows. I have with me Florina Ciorba, University of Basel, Ali Mohammed, HPE Switzerland, and Uwe Haus, also HPE Switzerland. No, HPE EMEA, Research Lab, Switzerland. So welcome, and of course you have organized this mini symposium, and now I'm curious to understand what were the needs that you were trying to address when you submitted this mini symposium.
So now systems are getting more computational power with exascale. We see like more than like a couple of two exascale performance, but what we are interested in its performance does not always translate to a scientific impact, and how we can use these systems in a way that science also can benefit from these larger scale systems and produce good scientific results. And for this, we want to discuss the problems that scientific community see in their running this workflow, and how to make their workflow reproducible, and trustworthy, so they can trust the scientific results that come out of these workflows.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but this, I mean, exascale now it's an old thing. They probably are already thinking of what comes next. Mm-hmm. But then what are still the challenges, or what are the challenges that we maybe are not talking too much about, but they are still there?
One of the speakers made a very important point that workflows are the new applications, right? Because exascale, as you just mentioned, they are there, and that the data is no longer input and output, but it is the data plane. So the idea is, how can we co-design applications, and these applications that are now workflows and systems, and also integrate AI agents into this performance through co-design. So I think one of the challenges is to have standards in the AI agentic systems, in how workflows are integrating them in a reproducible and trustworthy approach.
Yeah, but then I have a question. I mean, we heard from the climate people that yes, they are using AI because they want to reduce the workload, the computational workload, but the AI doesn't know anything about physics. So my question, I already asked this question, but I will ask this question also from you, or to you, and whoever wants to answer. So, but how can we trust something that we don't understand? This is really the non-scientific approach, because this is not what we have learned to do in science. So what is what are your thoughts about this?
So I think trustworthiness comes at multiple levels. And if you don't trust your model, that's a different question from whether you trust the execution of a well-defined workflow on a system and someone else can reproduce what you did. It's like chemistry in the 18th century. People were exchanging recipes. They didn't know what was actually happening in there, but they could reproduce the phenomena. And so when we talk about reproducible workflows here, for us, it's mostly about being able to get artifacts that can be checked in a paper. Can I reproduce your work? If you share your model. And if we both don't understand the model, that's a separate scientific question, whether we can do physics-informed neural networks, whether we can enforce proven mathematical structures in the AI by maybe using a proof assistant that is itself AI-guided, but soundly proving the statements.
So we first have to validate and verify our models, and then we can use them as true scientific tools.
And as engineers, people start using them before they do the verification to be proven in production, and then go to the basics. Yes.
So very nice. I suppose that you had also a discussion during your mini symposium. So what would you like to see happening now that this edition of PASC is almost at the end? What are the steps that you would like to see happening in the next coming months?
So when you look, or the audience looks at the talks in this particular session, we had a wide range of discussion points. From the performance analysis and understanding how tools are lying to us in giving us numbers about the workloads they're seeing, to, as Florina mentioned, the question of how AI agent setups can be shared across sites and across scientists. We would like to build a small community around people interested in this at a higher level, like the workflows community has been defining standards, doing standards around these trustworthy components, so we can exchange the data, we can follow work done in other places, and we don't have everybody reinventing technology independently, because there's a big risk of that at the moment.
Very good. So thank you, Dan, very much, and good luck for the next steps. Maybe we will see you again at the PASC27 with validation, verifications of your models, and a new path to follow. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.